It took 10 years for a competitor to finally take on the Ford F-150 Raptor. I mean, up until then, there were no trucks that had what it took to really take it on off-roading. Quintessentially, why is there so much snow? This isn't global warming at all. Anyway, Ram finally took on the challenge with this, the TRX, and it's absolutely insane. Oh, God, it's cold. I gotta say, this truck really feels good in this kind of weather, especially when you start it. Oh, that's because underneath the hood, there's a 6.2 liter supercharged V8. It's a HELLCAT engine. Listen to that. Oh yeah, 702 horsepower in a Ram. Now, this can only be insane. And it is. I'm here in the snow. Oh my God, this thing is insane. This thing is unreal. So I'm gonna try to talk while I'm driving. It's never easy. So the Ram TRX is the answer to the Ford F-150 Raptor. It took 10 years for a contender to take on the Raptor, but this thing is actually more insane than a Raptor because you got a freaking HELLCAT engine, 702 horsepower, but you're also getting really insane Bilstein shocks that can take in up to 1 ton of pressure. Let that sink in for a while. That means that you can jump this rig. You can do pretty much anything with it. It'll survive an apocalypse, but it also do 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds. 3.8 in a pickup truck. That's the fastest, most powerful production pickup truck ever built. Now the TRX wasn't only modified on the outside, because this is a truck that sells for well over $100,000. Yes, this is a Ram that sold for more than 100 grand. FCA really spiced up the cabin to make it look and feel like an expensive vehicle. I've got a whole bunch of neat details. First, I have the TRX badge right here on the center console. And the console itself is covered with a nice suede Alcantara style texture. I really like that. You get that as well on the steering wheel. Then Ram adds red stitching all over the place. You have it on the dashboard. You have it here around the drive modes, on the steering wheel as well. It all looks and feels very expensive. I even have some red inserts around the Harman Kardon sound system. And as in any good HELLCAT vehicle, I have what FCA calls the performance pages right here. Now this is a menu that allows you to once again tailor the vehicle to your liking. If you don't want to use the pre-configured drive modes, you can customize the performance directly in the screen. Now of course it has to load, and it's loading even more loading. Okay, well, there you go. So right off the bat, you get the dashboard, what allows you to see a whole bunch of neat gauges right here. Some of them more useless than others. You can customize, get some gauges here as well, see your coolant temperature, oil temperature, even the transmission's temperature is displayed right here, because FCA really expects people to push these things to their limit, so you can constantly monitor what's happening in the truck. I mean, are people going to be using this? I don't think so, but it's still cool to have it. You also have a G-force meter because, of course, you're going to be drifting with your Ram TRX and you really want to record the best G-forces as possible. Vehicle dynamics, however, will allow you to really see how the all-wheel drive system is working. You're even getting wheel articulation there. So this is handy when you're bringing the rig off-roading. And then I got dyno engine right here. Now you get to see how much power is being put down to the wheels when you're gunning the throttle. These were all gimmicks, of course, but they do make the truck a lot more fun and enjoyable. What I personally like are the drive modes right here. This is where you can customize individually each section on your truck. I got my transmission, my paddle shifter, stability control, suspension, steering, and I can alternate between sport, custom. So when I go in the custom setup section, I can independently adjust every component on the truck. I can change the transmission from sport, tow to street. Same thing for suspension, steering. Basically, I can really tune my Ram TRX exactly the way I want it. All right, this is a lot of fun, but I gotta take this thing off this closed circuit to really try the acceleration, because apparently FCA says that this Ram will do 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.8 seconds. 3.8. All right, just go plow right through the snowbank, no problem. And let's get out of this facility and let's see what's what. All right, so let's see how this thing takes off from a stop. We'll go with brake boost. Oh. My God! I'm driving a pickup truck. Oh! Okay, I'm gonna slow down because it's becoming a bit icy, but woof, yeah, this thing's got a lot of power. Another thing you probably noticed now, this comes with FCA's or ZF's 8-speed automatic gearbox, but unlike the regular Ram, which has a knob dial to select your gears, you have a good old gear lever right here. Now this is because the transmission was reinforced for HELLCAT duty, and it's also part of some of the updates that we'll be getting in some of FCA's products in the future. You probably noticed that the Durango also now has a standard gear lever. I was expecting this thing to be a lot bouncier on public roads, but it's not. The Bilstein suspension is surprisingly soft, and you really have this feeling like you're hovering over the road, and that feels amazing. In a world where we're all collectively trying to reduce our carbon footprint, a 700 horsepower full-size truck is rather useless. But when you think about it, the HELLCAT engine never made sense. We didn't need a Challenger, Charger HELLCAT, we didn't need a Durango HELLCAT, and we sure as hell didn't need a Jeep Trackhawk. But the fact that they're on the market just makes them amazing. Nobody does this. Nobody has the balls to build a pickup truck with 700 goddamn horsepower. More importantly, Ram finally stood up to the challenge to take on the Ford Raptor, and I reckon that it's just a matter of time before GM joins the party. We have therefore entered a new world of extreme super trucks, and it's absolutely wonderful.